Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson and I'm back again today with another 10 trades. Today's date is December the 15th and I am using my new trigger zones trading system. I've gone as far as to nickname this system the Holy Grail trading system, mainly because of this magic indicator right here, trigger zones, TZ, short for trigger zones. It really helps to find the beginning of the up and down cycles within the market. You can easily trade all three trading sessions 24 hours a day. I call that the flow of the market, and that is something that you must learn how to do. Now, I know there's no such thing as a Holy Grail trading system and a magic indicator. But what would you call a system that keeps producing 200 or more pips day in and day out? Well, that's what I call it, and I'm very happy to have the trigger zones. Now, before I take each and every one of these trades, approximately 6 o'clock a.m. New York time, right here where this line is, I am drilling down the lights from the monthly all the way down to the 30 minutes. And remember, this is what you should be doing before you take a trade, especially if you're trading a live account. You must be going in the direction of the higher time frames. So I am producing my daily trade plan. So let's take a look at that daily trade plan. Here it is here, daily trade plan for December the 15th. If you are not putting something like this together before your trading begins, how can you keep in memory like whether you should be buying or selling? And that is why I do the daily trade plan. It takes about 45 minutes up to an hour to do. Now, mind you, if I wasn't putting it in writing, I could literally do this in about 3 minutes. Definitely, I can go through all 21 instruments here in less than 5 minutes. So please, you should practice doing that. Very easy to drill down the lights and put an arrow like I do, up and down. That reminds me whether I should be buying or selling. Makes trading super easy and definitely much more fun. Now, every one of these trades were taken according to what I predicted here. Every one. And definitely, if you had this trading plan, you could have made 100 or more pips. Probably, depending on how many trades you're taking. If you only do one trade and if it happened to go a little bit flat, the odd one will not cooperate. It will go against you, like do a reversal. And that is just trading the markets, as the market is very random. If you want to get some more information on this daily trade plan, which I charge $100 a month for, all you got to do is get in contact with me. So remember, every one of these trades here was taken from a daily trade plan. Now, sometimes you have to wait. And, you got to wait for it to do the cycles. Remember what I said? Just the cycles. And that's what this TZ indicator is for. Sell high and buy low. Now, sometimes I pull the trigger and I get the timing wrong, but not a big deal. I just wait for higher time frames to kick in, and I'm 95% sure it will turn into a winner. Exactly what I was saying. I waited and waited and waited. Follow the goal line. For you traders who want to get some gold, just follow the goal line. And bingo, there it is right there. I pull the trigger here. went against me a little bit, 12 pips or thereabouts. If I stayed in the trade, I could make more pips. But when I closed out the trades, which by the way I closed them all out, approximately 9:42 and up to 9:49. One of them was took a little bit longer for silver, took a little bit longer, but approximately, definitely before 10, I closed out all the trades. This one here I locked in 14 pips, and the 14 pips on the Euro New Zealand paid $1,010. Also, I took most of these trades before 7 except this Euro New Zealand. I had to wait for the trade to come in my favor. But anyhow, before 7 and close it out before 10. So less than 3 hours and I am done trading for the day. It is only a few minutes after 10 as I'm doing this video. So moving right along to the next trade. 30-year bonds. Here we go. There's the arrow. Knew I wanted to be selling. Remember, I manually put this arrow. It doesn't pop in automatically. This is not a robot system. It is a manual system. You drill down the lights, go in the direction of the higher time frames. I pop in the arrow because I can't remember 10 or 20 pairs. Maybe you can, but I can't. Now, let's see. Took the trade at this cursor, went down. I should have closed over here. Decided to do one more cycle. And I missed it over here, but not a big deal. Can't be looking at everything at the same time. Looks like I ended up, that would be correct. 20 pips or ticks, whatever you want to call it, times $5. Remember, it's only $5 for each pip, and that's why it paid out $1,050. Moving on to the Euro CAD. Now this one I wanted to buy. There's the arrow reminding me to do so. I pulled the trigger as it was actually going up at this point, and I thought, well, it did go up first, but the market is very random. Did one more cycle. Did qualify for a great way to trade when I actually pulled the trigger. But that's the way it goes. It did another cycle. And I just had to hang around and wait. Not a big deal. Now remember, that's 26 pips. For you traders out there, it's virtually 95% of the time a 10 pip stop will never hold. 10 or 20 pips. But anyhow, I knew that it was going to pay out with a 95% certainty. Looks like I locked in 13 pips. I was happy with those 13 pips as it paid out $1,085. Moving on to the dollar CAD. So let's see. Qualified for a great way to trade. Higher time frames, was saying to buy. There's the arrow. Still going up, as a matter of fact. On pretty much most of these trades that I took, if I would have, kept in the trade even for a longer period of time, I could have made more pips. It is as simple as that. As you can see, it's still going. Same thing here. Decided to do another cycle, but with 95% certainty. Remember, that is the power of trading the higher time frames. But you pull the trigger on the lower time frames. Looks like I locked in 16 pips, and those 16 pips on the dollar CAD paid out $1,318. And as you can clearly see, the rest of the trades, gold and futures, indices, silver, they are the big paydays, the payouts. They pay the most. But just as easy as you can make the most, you can lose the most. So be careful. Gold pays $10 a pip. So here we go. Where's gold? Here we go. There's the arrow. Wanted to be selling it. Now I knew that it could have gone just as easy down as up at the higher time frames. Remember the daily trade plan. That's why you have to drill down the lights. If you are not doing that, well, guess why? The reason why you are losing. Now it did go against me, but it just hit this other resistance. As soon as I saw this wick right here, upside down hammer, I knew I was going to be in the money. $10 a pip. And it looks like, well, that would be right. It would be right on. Look at that. 19.6. 19 points. So anyhow, 19.6 times $10 times the 10 lots. And that paid on gold $1,960. Moving on to the S&P 500. Here we go. There's the arrow. I knew I wanted to be selling it. Now keep in mind that these instruments here, not the Forex pairs. Forex market opens at 8. Remember that. Right here. Opens at 8. News many times will kick in at 8:30. And also keep in memory at 9:30, right where this big candle is. That's when the other instruments, very, very clear, the opening bell and bang, it dropped. And I knew well in advance that it was going to drop. These are things that you have to know, learn, and after thousands of hours in front of the charts, remember, to be a successful trader, there's 3 things that you need. A lot of chart time, a lot of demo trading. Remember, demo trading, not live trading. Because the only one you're going to keep happy is your broker. He's going to be very happy. He doesn't want you to spend time in a demo account. He wants you to give them thousands of dollars so they can take it from you. And I can personally guarantee you they will take your money. I learned that the hard way the first year of trading. After I lost 30,000, I realized something is wrong, and I knew what was wrong. I didn't know how to trade. And I didn't have enough experience. I definitely did not have enough education. So, next 7 years, guess what I was doing? Buying a lot of education and working many, many hours a day and each week until the light bulb finally went off and I knew how to trade. And this is exactly what you have to do. Okay, where was I? So remember, a lot of chart time, a lot of demo trading, and you need a lot of education. That's the third thing you need. And that is the only thing I can help you with. Other than the training, within the training videos, that'll help you a lot too. S&P 500, let's see where I got in at. Now it did this cycle, remember, and this doesn't bother me. Now, obviously 10 years ago, this used to bother me, and I would be losing and losing and losing. Close the trade, and the next thing I know, I got a winner. And at that point, I didn't even know why it went against me. I didn't even know how and why it turned into, goes from a loser to a winner. Well, once you do a daily trade plan, or you have a daily trade plan, well, gone are those days worrying. See what I mean? Let's see S&P 500. Oh, that's almost 100 there. Yeah, 10 points, by the way. That's 10 points. but it didn't bother me. And trading, if trading bothers you, then trading is not for you. But, you know, after thousands of hours and thousands of trades, and, you know, you'll learn that it doesn't bother you anymore. So anyhow, it went a lot more against me. Oh, what was that I said? Around 100? Not a big deal. 55. Let's see, 55. 55. Remember, each one is 5 pips. So that would be about right, approximately. Let's go with 55 pips on the S&P 500 times $5. That's $2,750. Moving right along to silver. So if the pound pairs freak you out, you know, this NASDAQ, Russell, DAX 30, which I didn't trade today. The charts were too messy. And silver. Silver will freak you out. It's $50 a pip. But as long as you're going in the direction of the higher time frames, you're going to be okay. Let's see now, silver. So it did go against me, but not a big deal. And if I was still in a trade, I would be making more. Only mistake, I should have waited for this one more cycle. Oh well, not a big deal. I didn't worry about it. Silver closed the trade right there with 10 pips. That would be bang right on, because 10 times 50 times 10 lots, and that's why it paid out $5,000. Remember, 10 pips is not very much. Huge payday. So be careful with silver. And no big surprise that there's your opening bell right there. And before the opening bell, I had a sell signal. This one is almost a perfect sell signal. There it is right there. Get in. And away it went. Look at that. Almost, that's 18 pips. Pretty good. One of these days I'm going to exercise a little bit more patience. And by the way, I teach exactly how to trade this way in the training videos. How to trade higher time frames and just follow the goal line. Remember, you need education. If you don't get the education, you will never succeed. Trading is more difficult than becoming a doctor or lawyer. And you should realize that to become a doctor or lawyer, it's going to take you 7 or more years and $250,000. So trading can take more than 7 years, but believe me, you're going to need a lot of education to succeed. But just depends on how quickly you can learn the flow of the market, the cycles, basically, and of course, have a good daily trade plan. Dow Jones, let's see, Dow Jones. This one I sold, there's the arrow. This one did not jump around as much, but remember, Dow Jones, only $5 a pip, so not a big deal. Opening bell, what did I tell you about the opening bell? Be careful around this time. And there you go for a lovely 128. That would be about right, because 12 times 5 is 60. So 128 is close enough. 128 pips times $5 paid out $6,450. Looks like I jumped over one here. I didn't do this NASDAQ. I don't see the little cursors there. So anyhow, there's the higher time frames. I want to be selling it. Here's another one that decided to test the resistance. Look at resistance. Soon as I saw this upside down hammer, this wick right here, well, I knew the higher time frames is about to kick in and give me a payday. Remember, NASDAQ is $20 a pip. So let's see. $20, that should be about 30. There it is there. Just move it a little bit. It has to be 30 because 30 times 2 times with 2 from the 20, $20 a pip. So that would be about right. 30 pips. 30 pips on NASDAQ paid $6,000. Moving on to the last one. Russell pays $10 a pip. Went flat. Happens many times when you're doing these instruments. Let's see where I got in at. Higher time frame, said to sell. There's the arrow. Opening bell. Got sell signals here, 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 here. It was a no-brainer. Simple, easy to do. Sell, locking in about, let's see, it's 100 should be, well, it's close enough. 102, that would be right, 10. So that's 102. 102. That's 102 pips. On the Russell, paid $10,200. So another great day of trading. On this day, I just calculated all the pips and ticks. I knew it was going to be around 400, which is exactly correct. I ended up with 407 pips and ticks, and those 407 pips paid $36,824. So if your system is not producing on a daily basis like my trigger zone system, well, I suggest you get your hands on it. And don't forget to get your hands on the daily trade plan, because you have to know that direction of the higher time frames. My trigger zone system, I do charge $250 for it. I teach how to trade the flow of the market. You have to learn this. And this indicator, the magic indicator, will help you a lot. Now, it has about 5 gigabytes of training, and you'll get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform. Included are 6 MT4 templates, 9 custom indicators, and my favorite meter. Now, I included a lot of PDF books, a lot of Word documents, and 9 bonus videos. Now, this is just bonus stuff, and it certainly will help you to learn how to trade the markets, providing you do the homework. So don't be lazy and do the homework. Now, there's a lot of ways to trade. I do teach a lot of ways. That's why I made 50 training videos. My number one way is a great way to trade. So I'm not going to be going through all of these as we're running really late today. Please put the video on pause. Check out everything here. If you have any questions, simple, pick up the phone and call me. If you live too far, simple again, shoot me an email. Remember, there's an underscore right here. Now, I really do prefer Skype. It's free for everybody, no matter where you live in the world. And once you click on this link, we'll have Skype connection. And through Skype screen sharing, I will give you a free session, give you some tips and tricks. And please keep in mind that there's no obligation to you. Now, if you click on this link right here, you'll see 35 screenshots of all the trigger systems I've been building over the years. So it's time to wrap up this video. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until the next trading day, the next video, good luck with your trading. And remember to keep yourself and your family safe. Okay, bye for now.